Hello and welcome to the channel Scene with Chips. If you've been here before, then welcome back. If you haven't been here before, then you're very welcome. Please consider subscribing and pressing the bell button so that you can be notified of any videos that I'm making in the future. Well, first of all, I must apologize because I've been out of action for a couple of months. Life events have taken over that have stopped me making videos, giving me the time to do it. But now I'm back, and hopefully over the next few weeks I shall be putting up a few more videos. But thank you for the new subscribers. Even though I've been away, some people are still subscribing to me, but hopefully you're not getting too frustrated because I haven't made the videos soon enough. But anyway, they're on their way now. Here's the starting with the first one. So as I say, please consider subscribing if you haven't been here before, and pressing the bell button. But what we're going to do today is that I've had the opportunity to go to a new biker, what can I call it? Cafe, venue, opportunity, excitement. It's anyway a new biker place that's opened locally to me in the northwest, and I'm going to have a chat with the owner and let him tell you what it's all about. But I think you should probably find it quite interesting, and if you are local to the northwest, you should go and have a look. You really should. Hi, right, I'm here at the Brew and Sprocket Cafe, a new cafe that's opening in the northwest, and I'm here with the owner, Gary. And so Gary's going to have a little chat with us and tell us the whole idea behind this venture and what his plans are for the future for it. So this is Gary. Pleased to meet you, Gary.
Afternoon, sir.
Okay. And so what came up with the idea of the Brew and Sprocket? How did it get its name to start with?
Well, the idea has been basically, it's been there since ever I left London. So right. I left the South 20 years ago. Moved up here 20 odd years ago, and come from London. Ace Cafe, lots of motorcycle venues, lots of motorcycle cafes. Came up the north and realised there was lots of motorcycle ride-outs, but no venues. And obviously the northwest is predominantly the biking capital of the UK. There's no question about it.
Is it really?
Yeah. If you, I mean, in my aspect, I mean, if you're down south and you look up to the northwest, you've got some of all the best road racers who are abroad, or, come from the northwest and stuff like that. So, and we've got some of the best roads. Yeah. All right, Yorkshire's the other side of the Pennines, so we've got to be a little bit careful. But it's a biking capital, and obviously we've got the Isle of Man just across the water. Yeah. So it's a mocker. It's where people. It's a mecca, I should say, not mocker. we serve mockers inside, by the way. It's a mecca for motorcyclists, and we've got the most amazing cafes up here, and we've got the most amazing ride-outs up here. There's no venues. There is nowhere to come for a motorcyclist to go that is bigger than 4 or 5 seating capacity. And the little cafes that have got 5 or 6 seating capacity and 4 or 5 seating capacity have got a queue of people outside the door in the rain. Yeah. And they still flock to them. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to build something that was a little bit different. Brew, as it says, we're bikers. Yeah. The very, very first thing that every biker ever gets to is like, oh, where can I get the next brew from? And obviously Sprocket is, self-explanatory. Yeah. So that's the name, that's the idea behind it. Yeah. But it goes from a lot deeper than that. We're not a cafe. We're not a I say we're not a cafe. We are a cafe. That's what it says. We are not. We want to be a venue. We want to be a bikers' home.
I think that's the word that is that's important is that cafe venue. It's somewhere to come,
Yep.
as opposed to just going to a cafe.
Correct.
You know, so even if you don't have anything to drink or eat, which you get hacked off about because you're not making any money that way.
No, that's not what it's about. No, even that. I mean, yeah, of course we would like everybody to buy a brew and a bum or whatever it might be. But it's not what it's all about. It's, you know, we've teamed up with the right people. We've got Bike Safe, we've got Biker Down training courses. We've got two charities which we're going to be supporting, which is Blood Bike Northwest and Mental Health Motorbike. Two really important charities in the motorcycle world.
Didn't you say that you're holding a blood bike here?
Yes, our goal for probably within a year is we will be buying our own blood bike, and that will be stationed here. And the idea is we don't want to be a drain on the resources for Blood Bikes Northwest, so we will be purchasing our own bike, and that will be stationed here. Then we will raise funds to keep that bike on the road, keep it maintained, and obviously keep it as a frontline motorcycle.
That's very worthwhile.
It's too right, it's worthwhile. It's, you know, we're motorcyclists. We need these things, and it's the people don't understand with blood bikers. They don't just transport blood; they transport, you know, baby breast milk for mothers around, things like that. The role has become a lot greater than just getting blood, you know, to an accident victim or whatever, you know, from hospital to hospital or plasmas or whatever. It's become a lot more important than that. So yeah.
So that's the idea of the venue. Now, so tell us what. Is that you? Do you want to take it? So take it. I can always say it. Do you want me to leave?
No. Gary Winfield. Hello. Well, my life was going fantastically. I was just in the middle of something really importantly, and now I've just had a complete and utter wasted call by somebody who you're not from O2. You're just wasting my time. Take me off of your mailing list, right, and say goodbye to me. Goodbye.
Another one. I might leave that in.
This is the bane of people's lives, these things.
All the time.
Put that on silent.
Right.
Sorry about that.
No, there's no problem. No, it's good of you to talk to me.
That is ridiculous.
So we've said about the venue and the idea behind more than just a cafe, but tell us about what is actually inside. What are your plans for inside?
Well, inside is a little bit different. When you walk through the door, and people don't realise it, when you walk through the door, we've got a takeaway cafe. So that's self-explanatory. We made it big enough as well so you can get out of the rain if it's raining. We didn't want the idea of having a, you know, you walk in the door and one person has to come out, one person has to come in.
Yeah.
However, when we took the building on, we looked at the building and went, oh, you know, it's pretty weird about the sort of space. So let's put a mezzanine floor in there, and let's create enough space upstairs, and it's worked out. So we've got about 110 seating capacity upstairs.
Wow.
Yeah. So the seating capacity, it's amazing how it's worked. We've decided to do all booth style seating, so you have to be friendly here. You can't sit on the table on your own, which bikers don't do anyway. We've got a bike lift going in as well, which is also doubling up as a disabled lift. It's a joint venture. So that will take both motorcycles and our disabled customers up to the top floor. And up there, you will be immersed into an experience that, going back to what I said about the Northwest, breeding some of the best racers in the UK. We've looked at people we would like to put on a little bit of a pedestal, and basically create a what's the word I'm looking for? It's not a shrine, it's not a word, isn't it?
A tribute.
A tribute. Thank you. That's the right word. A tribute to some of the best riders, and we can move that around. We don't have to make that so it's all set in stone. And we've got some really cool people on board. we'll go into that. When you come to see the place, then you will see that for yourselves. There's no point in telling you all about it now because it takes a bit of a surprise away. But it's not a memorabilia cafe. That's the one thing about it. It's not a memorabilia venue. It's not going to be people's leathers hanging on the wall and stuff like that. It's all about an accolade of that person. I've been very, very fortunate. Most of the riders we've contacted have sent me through their own photographs. So we've then be able to make those into a collage, and then we've made a print out of it and things like this. That's pretty cool.
And that's going on the table, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got.
Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, you can do that. The table's been engraved. The tables are laser engraved tabletops. So when you're sitting at the table, you'll be sitting at a certain rider's table. And
So you don't say to the waitress or whoever, I'm on table 1 or I'm on table 2. You're actually on. I'm on Barry Sheen or I'm on Carl Fogarty. Or
sounds a bit weird when you say it like that.
It does,
yeah. But
not
yes,
literally, but
I've eaten on Barry Sheen today. Yeah, the tables will be named rather than numbered. Again, it's all to do with just the idea is when you're sitting there for your meal, I want somebody to be going, oh my god, look at this. You know, it's like, and then you're looking at a different picture to me because yours is one way and mine's another.
yeah.
And then when you come back, you might have gone and had to sit at somebody's table you don't actually like. And that'd be the great bit because when you come back, you can sit at the next person's table and hopefully like that.
Fantastic. So you've got, I heard when I came here the first time and we had a short chat, and you've sort of got outside space here that you've got planned. There's a field with a horse in it at the moment.
Yeah.
Is that your horse, by the way?
No, it's not my horse, by the way. And yeah, anyway, let's go in there. The horse has been changed for another horse overnight, and this horse is not a nice horse.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So anyway, let's move on from the horse.
But you're going to utilise the field in some way?
Yeah, we've been given permission to utilise the field, so we're going to turn it into a barbecue area, an outside seating area during the summer months, and also at the same time, we should be able to do, or we will be doing overnight camping.
Right.
So it's not going to be week-long camping, but if you're on the way up,
If you're on the route,
you'll be
yeah.
able to get your head down.
Because actually, it's not a bad place to be because if you're going, say you're going to do the M500 in Scotland, and you're obviously going to go through the Lake District.
Yep.
So this is en route to the Lake District. I mean, you don't want to go up the M6. No. That's the thing.
Nobody wants to go up the M6, do they? Nobody wants to go down the M6 even more. But no, you're right. We're a gateway. The Northwest is definitely a gateway to whether you're going to Heysham.
Yeah.
And if, next year before the TT, the idea is if you're coming up the night before, you'll be able to, if you've travelled up quite a distance, you may be able to stay here for the night, and then obviously go on to Heysham to catch the ferry the next morning.
Yeah, fantastic. So the actual place. So how long have you had this place open now? But it's not fully open yet, is it?
15 days.
15 days. So we are very new to this.
Yes. We opened the takeaway on the 1st.
Just to tell you, 15 days, right? And this is my 3rd visit. That's how much I like the place. So.
And to be truthful, I'm glad to say thank you very much for coming back 3 times. And we are seeing that. We're seeing it constantly at the moment. People are coming in, they're popping in, and we're seeing the same faces, but each time they come back with another rider, or another group of riders will turn up and say, oh, by the way, such and such was in here yesterday and he's told us to come on over. I mean, we've got people coming from the northeast. We've had them from Durham, we've had from Newcastle, we've had from Wales. They're people who have actually I've spoken to and have told me. And the furthest we've had, which they haven't come just to see us, but they've actually come from California, which was very cool.
That's your longest distance.
Longest ridden so far, and the 2 gentlemen who came in, they lived 500 miles apart, one in Northern California and one in Southern California. They see each other every day.
Sounds a bit Harley-like.
Yeah, it's another Harley coming in.
Yeah.
He's looking to park up next to yours. Yep, there you go, look. One Harley's bred another one next door to it. Yeah, 2 gentlemen were over on a road trip from California and they popped in and I was amazing. I'm listening to their stories, it was fantastic. But they made us look like such fair weather riders. They'd actually come to me, they'd set off from Aberdeen in the morning and they rode from Aberdeen to me. And when they'd had a brew, they actually told me they were then riding to Stonehenge.
To Stonehenge.
So-
Having come from Aberdeen.
Having come from
They're
Aberdeen.
going from Aberdeen to Stonehenge in the same day.
Yes.
Did
And
they
one of them-
Do they realise how far that is?
Well, in their
I suppose in their terms.
it's nothing.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there looking at them going like, are you sure, guys? You know, you really are sure. But I persuaded them actually not to go to Stonehenge. I actually persuaded them to go to Anglesey and then ride down the coast of Wales, because they've done the coast of Northern Ireland, they've done all of the coast of Scotland. They've come to me, and then hopefully they're going to do all of the. And they have, because I've been following them on Facebook. So they've done all of the coast of Wales, and now they've ended up at Stonehenge, and then doing the south coast before they go.
Fantastic.
Oh, and they did the Isle of Man.
And they did the Isle of Man.
And they did the Isle of Man as well, 5 days in the Isle of
So I
Man.
suppose they're true travellers.
Yeah, fantastic.
True tourists.
Yeah, and then we come in and we go, oh God, we come from Manchester, I'm knackered.
Well, a friend of mine who introduced me to this place, actually, he sent me a photograph of him with his bike. You know the guy with the big
Yep.
beach bar? And he said that, you know, I found this place I think we should go to. So I said, right. I said, and he's not a long distance traveller, is Nick. And so I thought, well, I wonder where this is. And he told me where it was. He's not very far away from his home. So I thought, yeah, fair enough.
There you go. I mean, we're getting locals, and the good thing about it is it's not just bikes. We've got. I live in the local area.
Where do you live, by the way?
I live just down the road in Pilling.
All right.
So Overwire is quite a small community. Everybody's
Yeah.
like, you know, we're still outsiders. We've been here for 20 years. But the great thing about it is we're being visited by the locals. They seem to like it. Everybody realises that motorcyclists aren't just noisy animals. We're not about, you know, terrorising the roads and things like that. And again, people are interacting with us, and it's really nice. I mean, we've had 2 bike nights, now Wednesday night bike nights, and we're actually getting people come down. And a gentleman turned up the other day with his dog, and I'm like, is the dog going to get scared? And the dog was like as calm as anything, and he's walking around. He's going like, people are so nice. I'm like, yeah, we are. We're not, you know.
Something you told me, which I wouldn't mind you repeating, something you told me the other day about you're trying to create this atmosphere without any rivalry.
Yeah.
So
Very much
you're
so.
You're not into
Colours.
and cuts and
Correct.
stuff.
Yeah, I think this is purely a personal thing, and I grew up in an environment in South London where colours were important. For every pub had a bike gang. It's as simple as that, and it was intimidating. And when you weren't part of a bike gang and you just wanted to go and meet up with a colleague or meet up with a friend, and that was a local pub, you felt intimidated. It was never any violence. I never saw the violent side of things, but it was intimidating. There's no question about it. And I think right from word go, we've decided with this, it's our house, our rules.
Absolutely.
Our rules state, and on our signage it says by bikers for bikers.
Yeah.
That word is bikers.
Yeah.
If you're a biker, you're welcome. If you're a gang member or you wear a colour and you come in force, all I ask is, if you're still a biker, you take your colours off, you leave them hanging on the bike. You leave that behind you when you enter our premises. It's our house, it's our rules. We don't want it to be a clubhouse for anyone. We want everybody to get on. If I've got a group of guys here in their veteran years who are on classics, I don't want them to feel intimidated.
Yeah.
And likewise, if I've got guys who are in scooters, yeah, we will take scooters on. No, I know a lot of friends who ride scooters, so I've got no issues with, you know, as far as I'm concerned, it's a bike, it's a motorcycle.
Yeah, it's 2 wheels, isn't it?
If it's 2 wheels, as far, well, no, not just 2 wheels, 3 wheels are welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a lot of fallen riders, and again, that's just why we've done the motorcycle lift inside.
Yeah.
On our first open day, I didn't even realise about it, but I had my insurance lady. I never realised her husband had hurt himself, had a very, very bad injury, and he wasn't able to ride 2 wheels any longer. And he rides an amazing Triumph Rocket trike.
Oh yeah.
in the most beautiful burnt orange metallic colour, and he rocks up here with his wife on the back, with the wheelchair on the back of the bike, on the back of the trike, and this place was heaving. There was bikes everywhere, and people just moved the bikes, and he was able to park up, and it was such a nice thing to see. To, you know, he was accepted back into the fold, and you know, it's like people were just amazed with the bike.
So really, 15 days, and you're still already starting to generate this sort of atmosphere of, of come and be welcome.
Yeah, it's got to be. I mean, it's what it's about. There's going to be banter. We're into the banter. We're not stuck up. We are bikers. So accept the fact that we're bikers. You're welcome. You're going to be welcome with open arms. You know, it's as simple as that. And it's the biking community. You know, we'll take the mickey out of each other. You know, the friendly rivalry of you sitting at different tables. You know, you're riding a chopper, you're riding this. You have a laugh, aren't we? Yeah. But as long as that's what it's about, it's still the fact that we're two-wheel nomads. Yeah. And that's what it's about. It's moving from destination to destination, and hopefully this is one where we can do some goodness, and in the future, you know, we've got lots of plans afoot with working with our partners to provide safety training. I mean, my first safety training program with Bike Safe is on the 23rd of July, and it looks like that's going to be a full venue. Again, keeping people safe on the roads. It's all about the community. Yeah.
No, I think it's very commendable with what you've done, and I mean, you've got the brewing sprocket here, and you've also got another business, haven't you?
Yes, I do.
Just across the way there.
Yeah, I don't have far to go. Most of my time is spent over here these days, but yes, I own and run the detailing studio. We're high-end detailers. We deal with both motorcycles and cars. We deal with anything, to be truthful. It's an interesting business. I get to play with some really, really cool toys. We produce some fantastic results for people, and we're expanding that at the moment as well. We're moving now. I've got a colleague come on board who I've been after for a while, and he wraps motorcycles. Wraps motorcycles, and he wraps motorcycle helmets, and he is out of this world. Right. And this weird thing about it is we actually share the same surname. We come from different parts of the country. We've never met each other before until, and we didn't know each other's surnames, but I knew of him. And now he's going to join forces with us. Fantastic. And so we're also going to be able, it's another service we're going to be able to offer, which is, we can look at the motorcycle. I
like the wrapping the helmet bit, because you can't find people to do those sort of things, because they dirt out. It's not worth my while. It's too small a job. I can't be bothered. And I've tried to do lots of things over the years. I remember I had my bike painted. I won't say by whom, because it'll deprive them really. They did a fantastic job. I mean, when I rang them and I wanted the job done, they came to my house, they collected the bike, took it away, stripped it down, painted it and brought it back. And for 800 quid, which was a long time ago.
I was going to say, that's extremely cheap.
2013, it was very cheap.
You wouldn't get a tank painted for that money.
Exactly. But then, about 2 years later, I wanted a helmet painted in the same colour as what we painted the bike. I took the helmet down to them. They had it for 6 months, and I used to keep ringing up. And we haven't got around to doing it yet. In the end, they had it for a year, and they sent it me back. Fortunately, they didn't charge me because they knew I was pissed off, because they'd had it for a year, so they just sent it back. But painted, but at least I got it done. Of course, I changed the bike since then. So
that's the problem. See, that's the other thing with painting. I mean, I've got helmets of mine painted. I used to do a lot of karting as well, and we had some really, really cool designs on the karting helmets. But the problem with painting is, if you exactly like that, you might get bored with a bike. People don't keep bikes very long these days. They have a tendency to chop and change. And if you get a helmet you absolutely love and it hasn't been damaged and it's within its lifestyle, in its life term, if you have a wrap on it, you can change the wrap. You're painting, you don't want to be messing around doing that. And the great thing with the differences with wrapping is if you can imagine it, it can be put onto a wrap. So if you come with a photograph of, I don't know, just the most random thing, a goldfish for God's sake, you could have a crash helmet designed with a 360-degree goldfish on the helmet. I know it sounds, why did I say goldfish?
Now this thing is, you should make note of this, because it's not very often you find people who will do that sort of thing. And to have this, for us it's local, so, but I'm sure you'll start getting nationwide stuff coming in.
As long as people don't want goldfish, it won't matter.
Yeah, they're all one goldfish.
Yeah. Why did I even say that? You know, it's, you name it. I mean, if you've got a photograph of a loved one or an animal that you know, or whatever it might be, you can do anything. That's the great thing, and you can do half and halves with wrapping. You can do anything with wrapping, but you've got to be good at it to do it.
Yeah.
And it's one thing that I can detail. I'm no good at wrapping. I've tried. I haven't got the patience for it. It's a particular breed of people, and this gentleman is he's something else. So you need to look out for Dash Design.
Dash Design.
Dash Design.
I'll put the note on that, what it is,
Yeah.
so you can look for that.
Yeah, he's very, very good.
Great. Okay.
So,
So is there anything else you want to tell us about the?
well, there's so much in the pipeline. I mean, once upstairs is open on the 1st of July, so the upstairs seating area, 1st of July becomes live, so you're more than welcome to come in then. At night time it will go from the soft cafe style menu, which is not all about greasy burgers and stuff. There is a lot of nice things on the menu, to a bistro restaurant at night time. We will be fully licensed later on in the year. However, at the moment there's a take on the bar area we have upstairs. It's called Brew Bar, because again we all want a cup of tea when we're out riding. So that's all up and running from the 1st of July, and then from there onwards, the next part of the project for us is we need to build the garage, which is where eventually the blood bike will be stored. But we're going to make it into a garage that looks similar to that to a MotoGP garage or a British Superbikes garage.
Right.
So when we open the garage up on an open day, any one manufacturer could actually borrow the garage and use it as to promote one of their bikes, or if we've got obviously one of our celebrities on, we can then make that garage into.
So
a
are you
bike.
doing talks by celebrities then?
Yes, we are. That's something else we're doing. We're doing talks by celebrities.
Yeah.
We should have had ours first talk for the 12th of July, but unfortunately, circumstances beyond our control, that's been moved. A little bit disappointing, but hey, I think that these things happen.
Yeah.
So we've got some good people, both old and new. We've got young celebrity or young up and coming riders who are talking about their career pathway. We've got the legends, which will be coming along, and some of them are really cool. We're doing ladies' nights with a couple of very, very special lady riders, and then we're also doing the legends as well. We've got some older gentlemen who I've had the pleasure of meeting and having conversations with over a brew and stuff like that, and I'm just in stitches because they talk to me about people like Mike Howard. And somebody who can tell me that they've met Mike Howard, to me, is a legend. And we've got some really cool stuff in the pipeline for that.
Great.
So yeah, it's
Fantastic.
it's all go.
Yeah, good stuff. So are you planning an open night on the 1st of July, or are you
No.
open? It's just going to
No, we're just gonna
soft open.
another soft opening. The first soft opening was to make sure we could cook, and everything run accordingly without blowing up, without the chef killing everyone, etc., etc.
Yeah.
The next soft opening will be to make sure the upstairs is running smoothly and there's no problem we need to iron out. So then what we will then do is we will do a proper weekend grand opening in August sometime. And it will what I'm planning on trying to do is do a Friday night right the way through to Sunday. And then everyone can come and we will try to do something very, very special.
Fantastic. All right. Right, well, that's fantastic, Gary.
No, thank
I've really
you.
enjoyed that. Thank you for giving me the time.
No problems at all. Thank you very much.
I'll put this up, and you can have a laugh at yourself when you.
As I said, before we started the interview, I did say it is a face for radio, all right? So Remember that.
Okay, thanks a lot.
No,
Really
thank you.
enjoyed it.
Take care.
Thank you.